Hello guys, it's me Nilesh Maruti, and today I'm going to be explaining the third part of the first chapter, Europa is Bharat. Let's just get into the video. Restrictions imposed by the Inquisitors. Now in last video I explained what the Inquisition is and how they implemented it. So if you haven't watched that, go check it out. So anyway, a lot of people, the masses, did not agree to become Christian. They wanted to keep their old religion. So they were tortured, burnt, and their properties were taken away and their jobs were taken away. So they destroyed Hindu temples and religious scriptures were burnt. But despite of this, they refused to get converted, and thousands of non-Christians left Goa and went to other places. So yeah, they didn't like it, so they left. So many brave hearts challenged the Portuguese atrocities and protected the innocent. Let's study about some of them. So we're going to be seeing some people who resisted Portugal with all their might. For example, Rani Abaka Chauta. So here's the thing. Portugal first gained control of Goa by defeating the Samutri of Calicut, and then they colonized the west coast of Bharat. And then they started going north. They climbed up north. Where's that map? So they landed here in Goa and they kept climbing north. And Ulal is somewhere here. They met resistance in Ulal, a town near Mangalore. No, I mean, my bad. They went south. And at Ulal, they faced heavy resistance. My bad. So yeah, at Ulal, there was a queen named Abaka Chauta. So she's one of the earliest queens to fight against colonial powers, and we can say that she's the first woman freedom fighter of Bharat, and according to this book, the first freedom fighter. Yeah, because they're mentioning her name first. So she was born in 1525, 10 years after the Inquisition, and she got trained in a lot of subjects relating to statecraft from a young age, and she knew that the Portuguese were a threat. And she tried to stop them, and she tried to stop their expansion. So Ulal was prosperous and Portugal wanted Ulal. And she stopped paying tribute. So Portugal said, pay the tax or be destroyed. And Abaka chose to attempt to make Portuguese try to defeat her. The Portuguese failed miserably. So 2 years later, in 1568, Portugal attacked Ulal and captured the city. But Abaka retreated, fought back and killed the Portuguese. And after this, the Portuguese vacated the Mangalore fort and Abaka recaptured the fort. So after about 2 years, the Portuguese attacked again. In 1570, she allied with the Bijapur Sultan and the Samutri of Calicut, who were also against the Portuguese. Marakar, the Samutri's general, fought on behalf of Abaka and destroyed the Portuguese fort at Mangalore. But the Portuguese killed him. So after this, and her husband, Veera Narasimha, which I don't think he's fit for that name, he betrayed Abaka, and so she lost the war and was arrested. But in prison, she tried a revolt and died in the revolt. So due to her, the Indian Navy named a patrol vessel after her. But that's not actually a naval vessel. The Coast Guard acknowledged her and named a patrol vessel after her. It's the Rani Abaka class. I actually went on that ship for a trip during the NCC training. I actually went on that ship. Nice ship. Armament is limited. So anyways, legends and legacy. So she has a lot of legends about her and she has a big legacy. Many folklores. Now folklore is basically a certain story or certain stories or legends about a topic that are told in a local level. Thus folk, a certain group, are told, sung and dramatized. Dramatized here means acted out like plays. Are told and they sing it as songs that speak of the greatness of this queen. Abaka is portrayed as a compassionate woman, so she is compassionate and not that like how we expect a queen. We expect a queen to be like in the palace, not leaving and always being bossy, but no, she was compassionate and always was dressed in simple clothes. And she was a caring queen who worked late into the night dispensing justice. So she never really stayed in her palace very long. She was always with the people, mingling with the people, finding out what to do. And there are some legends that state that Abaka used the Agnivana in a fight against the Portuguese. And some accounts also claim that she had two equally valiant daughters who fought alongside her in wars against the Portuguese. So yeah, we don't know if she had daughters, but some say she did and she had two daughters. And she's the last person to use the Agnivana, fire arrow. And that's strange because the last time the Agnivana was used, it was Mahabharatam. In the Mahabharatam conflict, no, not Mahabharatam's Kurukshetra war. In the Ramayanam, the son of the inventor of the Agnivana was hit, but the Agnivana refused to kill him. So that's the last time it was used, as far as I've heard. So it's highly doubtful if she used it. It's highly doubtful. But anyways, let's just go on. Marathas and Peshwas. During his reign, Chhatrapati Shivaji anticipated the need to strengthen naval power. He made the shipbuilding industry flourish, and here's the funny thing, he engaged European technicians to build his ships. So what's worse than facing an enemy ship? It's facing an enemy ship that was built by your friend. So yeah, Europeans built ships for him. That's actually a badass way of showing off. So at the height of his power, Shivaji had more than 400 warships, and that's more than most fleets today. So yeah, Chhatrapati Shivaji established the Maratha Empire, and the Portuguese had grown into a powerful colonizer and started gaining control of the Malabar and Konkan coast. So Shivaji Maharaj was careful and watchful of the Portuguese. So after Shivaji's death, he got old and died peacefully. His son Sambhaji took a firmer and offensive stand against the Portuguese. That is, if the Portuguese asked for something, he was like, no. So he constructed forts as strategic places to monitor them. So the Portuguese were alarmed by Sambhaji, and they tried to align with the Mughals, that is Aurangzeb, to control him. But Sambhaji made a devastating attack, ravaged their colony, and captured more than 40 miles of Portuguese territory. It's not Portugal territory because he's not fighting in Lisbon. He's fighting here. So it's Portuguese, but still, you get the idea. Marathas attacked every fort and caused serious destruction to the Portuguese establishments. So in 1683, Sambhaji marched straight into Goa. So fearing Sambhaji's attack, the Portuguese asked Aurangzeb, who was camping in the Deccan by then. So here's the thing, both Aurangzeb and Sambhaji brought their forces. Sambhaji got surprised at the amount of Aurangzeb's forces, and so was Aurangzeb. He was shocked that Sambhaji had so much. So both of them were shocked, and both of them just retreated and to avoid a large-scale war. Yeah. Thus, after Sambhaji's execution by Aurangzeb, he was killed, the Maratha camp was in complete disarray. So they got reorganized and continued fighting against the Mughals. They focused on defending themselves against Mughals and could not take them on. But, however, Chimaji Appa, the brother of Bajirao, took the helm and decimated the Portuguese. Decimated means destroy. It's more than destroy. So yeah, in 1733, Chimaji Appa launched a major campaign against the Portuguese. So he captured Portuguese forts at Belapur, Tain, and many others. In 1739, he attacked Vasai in Mumbai. It's called Vasai today, but back then it was called Bassein. So after this, Vasai was actually the main naval base and shipbuilding center of the Portuguese. Chimaji went straight into Vasai and devastated the Portuguese forces. Unable to withstand the Maratha attack, the Portuguese surrendered. So with Vasai captured, the Portuguese were fully eliminated from the northern provinces of Goa. That's all for today's video. I hope you liked this video, and if you haven't watched the other two parts, I'll link them into the description below. Be sure to go check them out, and if you haven't already yet, please subscribe to the channel because I'm so close of hitting my goal of 500 subscribers. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.